usually how we do this. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sharp Gym in Houston, Texas for this afternoon's Southland Conference volleyball match between the HBU Huskies and the Stephen F. Austin Lady Jacks. The Huskies come in with a record of 11-5. They are 3-1 in the Southland Conference, while the Lady Jacks are 14-4 overall, 2-0 in the league. The Lady Jacks have been off. They were off on Thursday. The Huskies played Lamar on Thursday night. We'll talk about that in a second, but SFA hasn't played since last Saturday. The Huskies have played twice since then, so the Huskies a little bit more experience coming in here as far as Southland Conference play goes, and the Lady Jacks, the more rested team. Huskies on Thursday night against Lamar, a three-set sweep in which Bailey Banks led the Huskies with 16 kills, and Kayla Davenport, Blair Gillard doing the blocking for the Huskies in the middle. Davenport with 8 blocks in that match, and it was big as the Huskies closed it out in those last 2 sets after the first set was pretty tight. So Stephen F. Austin coming in here on a roll, 14-4 on the season, and kind of looking like the team to beat in the Southland Conference up to now, so the Huskies will have their hands full today. And a clash between two of these top programs in the Southland. Again, Stephen F. Austin 2-0 in the league and 14-4 overall, and the Huskies 3-1 after that sweep of Lamar on Thursday. The Huskies, the key for them is going to be the serve receive. In their 3 victories, the Huskies have not been aced, and their lone loss to UCA on Monday in Conway, Arkansas, saw the Huskies ace 5 times. So the serve receive will be big in this big clash in the Southland Conference. We'll be right back with all the action here from Sharp Gym right after this.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
Hi, I'm Alan Helfman, and I'm president of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. And I'm here at Tony's in the kitchen with Chef Kate and Tony Valone.
Waitress Provost at Tony's serving my friend Nick.
Thank you. Love my pasta. Love my Jeep. From Alan Helfman at River Oaks Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Ci vediamo. Come see us at River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, Kirby, the Southwest Freeway.
It's our Drive and Discovery event.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
And Russ Renaud back here at Sharp Gym, getting ready for the start of this afternoon's matchup between Houston Baptist and Stephen F. Austin. We go through the starting lineups first for the Lady Jacks. Looks like this: Haley Coleman, outside hitter, 5'9", junior from Rockwall, and Mackenzie Hanna at outside, 6' junior from DeSoto. Shayla Eagleton, middle blocker, 5'10" sophomore from Richmond, and Danye Darren, sophomore middle blocker, 6' from Crosby, and the setter is Ann Hollis, 5'11" sophomore from Longview. The libero For the Lady Jacks is Lexus Kane, a 5'5 senior from Amarillo. And for your HBU Huskies, 11-5 record, 3-1 in the conference coming in. The setter is Abby Gargis, 5'9 freshman from Prosper. On the outside, Jessica Wooten, a 5'11 senior from Humble. Also on the outside, 5'10 senior from Missouri City, Bailey Banks. In the middle, Blair Gillard, 6'1 senior from LaGrange. Kayla Davenport, 6'2 junior, middle blocker from Columbus. And on the right side, Ashton Ritchie, 6-foot redshirt freshman from Prosper. The libero for the Huskies is 5'6 senior from Richardson, Haley Erickson. If just joining us, the Lady Jacks coming in, record of 14-4, 2-0 in the conference. Huskies 11-5 and 3-1 in the league. So certainly looking like a matchup between two of the better teams in the league this afternoon in Houston. We're just about set to go. Look at the statistical leaders for both teams coming in. Bailey Banks leading in kills for the Huskies with 3.59%. Wooten right behind her, 2.91. Those two do a great job on the defensive end as well. Banks with 3.17 digs per set and Wooten with 3.53. Huskies with a big block in the middle. Blair Gillard leading the Southland Conference with 1.3 blocks per set, and she is aided by Kayla Davenport at 1.07. Davenport with 8 blocks in that win Thursday night against Lamar. And for the Lady Jacks, Haley Coleman coming in, 2.85 kills per set, followed very closely by her teammate Corin Evans at 2.84. Coleman with 2.9 digs per set and Evans with 2.47. Abby Gargis, the freshman for HBU, ranking second in the Southland in assist with 10.1%. The setter for Stephen F. Austin, the starter, Ann Hollis, averaging 6.97. Mackenzie Brewer averaging 4%. Just about ready to go, and it'll be Stephen F. Austin to serve first. That'll be the setter, Ann Hollis. Lady Jacks in on the left side in white. Huskies on the right in blue. And there is the set for Banks, and the ball goes down, and the Huskies get the first point of the first set and lead it 1-0. Now it'll be Banks to serve for HBU. That one taken by Coleman. The set for Darren. Free ball over by Wooten. It stays on the Huskies side. The set for Ritchie and the kill. Huskies scored the first 2 points of the set. And a service error by Banks. And the side out for the Lady Jacks. Now Haley Coleman back to serve. Gargis saves that one, and Davenport with the kill. Now to be the libero, Haley Erickson, to serve for HBU. Erickson serves it to the libero, Lexus Kane, for SFA. And there's a kill by Darren. Head coach is in this game, and Trent Herman, his 6th season here at HBU. Debbie Humphreys in her 30th season at SFA. Served by Kane. Gargis with the back set to Ritchie, and it's long, and we're tied at 3. We do have a correction on that one. One of the Lady Jacks in the net, so blocking error, and the Huskies lead at 4-2. So give Ritchie credit for the kill. Now Hannah Lewis checks in, 5'6" sophomore defensive specialist from Plano, and a free ball for the Huskies. Gargis with the set to Wooten, and a block by the Lady Jacks. That is Hannah and Darren. And Sam Rodriguez checking in for SFA. 5'3", junior defensive specialist from New Braunfels. Gargis with a set to Wooten. Dug by the Jacks, but over, and Gillard gets there and gets the kill. So a 5-3 lead for HBU with Wooten going back to serve. Hollis able to save that one. The attack by Evans is dug. Banks on the attack for HBU. A dig for Kane. Tip ball, and Wooten can't get there. So give Evans the kill. And it's 5-4. Evans serve taken by Erickson. The set for Banks. Blocked by the Lady Jacks, kept alive. Lewis with the set for Banks and the kill for Bailey. Huskies lead it again by 2. Davenport back into the front row for HBU. Now checking in for SFA, Peyton Redmond. Junior outside hitter, 6 foot from Liberty Hill. Gillard to serve. And Hollis on the attack. Dug by Lewis. The set for Banks, the tip. And it's over and a free ball for HBU. Lewis sets it for Banks. And that one is out. So SFA staying within 1. Mackenzie Hanna to serve. Down the line, Erickson takes it. Back row set for Wooten. The tip in the middle. Hollis sets it. A back row attack for Redmond. Dug by Banks. And Davenport just has to save that one to get it over. Now Hollis. A great dig by Lewis. Banks on the attack and the kill for Bailey. 3 early kills for Banks here in the first 7 points for HBU. It'll be Abby Gargis, the left-hander, back to serve for the Huskies. Hollis sets it up for Coleman. The block was there for the Huskies, but it goes on the other side of the net, and the kill for Coleman. We're back to Hollis serving. Another set for Banks and another kill for Bailey. Fast start here for the senior. Huskies still leading by 2, and now Banks to serve. That one is long. Second service error of the match for Bailey. Another sub in. Evans back in, Redmond out. And Coleman to serve. Erickson takes it. Gargis sets it for Davenport. Touches off the ceiling. Lady Jacks able to save it, but a free ball for HBU. Ritchie with the kill down the line. Ashton Ritchie with her second kill. Make that third kill. So Banks with 4, Ritchie with 3. The Huskies lead at 9-7. Erickson taken by Coleman. The set back for Darren. Dug by Wooten. Ritchie sets it back up for Jessica. A dig for SFA on the attack. Evans with the kill on the blocking error by HBU. So SFA remains within 1. Kane with a serve. Gargis sets for Gillard and a block by Hanna. Mackenzie Hanna with a solo block. And now we're tied at 9. Set by Gargis for Ritchie. Point for the Huskies. Went off the hands and then off the antenna. Got to make sure, got that call right, that it didn't go off the antenna first. So off the hands of the SFA blocker. And Hannah Lewis back to serve with the Huskies leading by 1. That is out, and we're tied again. That brings Rodriguez back in as Darren checks out. Banks takes the serve, and it's over. Huskies able to save it. Wooten with the tip, a dig. It goes over, attacked by Hollis, and the kill for the SFA setter. And that gives the Lady Jacks their first lead of the set at 11-10. So Lewis sets it for Wooten. A block for SFA. Hannah's third of the set, teaming up with Hollis on that one. It happened early in Thursday's match as well. The Huskies getting blocked quite a few times by Lamar. A kill for Wooten there. Ends that little run for SFA and makes it 12-11 Lady Jacks. Yvette Dim had 6 blocks for Lamar in the first set against HBU. The Huskies did pull out that set 25-22 and then made the adjustment later. And there's an ace from Jessica Wooten. Lexus Kane thought that one might be going long, and nobody called her off of it, so she had to adjust at the last second and just couldn't get there soon enough, so we're tied at 12. Wooten goes back to it, another good serve. Now the attack blocked into the antenna by the Huskies, and a point for SFA. Credit Evans with the kill. That's the third kill of the set for Evans. And that serve is long. First service error by SFA ties it up at 13. And Davenport back in. And Gillard back to serve. Hollis the set for Hannah. And a blocking error on HBU. It's going to go on Banks. SFA back up by 1. Gargis sets it up for Banks. And off the ceiling, a kill. Back and forth we go here in the first set. We're once again tied. Banks with her 5th kill. And Gargis to serve. And that one saved as it ricocheted off the ceiling. Free ball for HBU. The set for Banks. And a block by SFA. Going to be Eagleton and Hollis. Four blocks for the Lady Jacks, none for HBU. Huskies stay in control, and the tip shot by Banks. And it's blocked. And we're going to have a lift on the block, so the Huskies get the point, and we're tied at 15. There's a kill by Coleman. SFA leading by 1. Erickson controls it. Gargis with a set for Wooten. And Jess with the kill to tie it again. Second kill for Wooten. Erickson off the top of the net. Hollis saves it. Now the attack from Evans is off the antenna, and the Huskies regain the lead. Coleman controls it. Now the set for Darren. Erickson with the dig. Gargis sets it back row for Banks. A roll shot to the middle, saved by Evans. Hollis on the attack, saved by Gargis. A free ball for the Lady Jacks. And Eagleton able to slam it down for the kill as we are tied up again. Alexis Kane to serve. Banks takes it. The set for Gillard, dug by Coleman. Now the attack by Evans, blocked by Gillard and Ritchie. The Huskies lead at 18-17. First block of the set for HBU. And it's Hannah Lewis to serve. And an ace from Hannah Lewis. That gives the Huskies a 2-point lead. And that's a timeout for SFA. We will take a break with the Huskies leading it 19-17 in the first set.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
So we take a look at the ace that gave the Huskies a 2-point lead. Hannah Lewis just with that sinking ball, and Alexis Kane and Haley Coleman unable to communicate and get there. Dropping in front of Kane, and the bottom just falling out of that serve from Lewis. Came in a huge spot. The two teams have been back and forth this whole set. We had several ties. Huskies took that 18-17 lead, and then the ace by Hannah Lewis, and she is back to serve once again. Huskies up by 2. That one taken by Evans, and a back row set for Coleman. Banks saves it. Looked like that one was going out of bounds. Now Wooten on the attack, just gets it over. Hollis sets it up for Hannah, and a kill for SFA. Gets them back to within 1. So now Rodriguez to serve for the Lady Jacks. And an ace as Erickson couldn't get there, and we're tied at 19. So after the timeout, SFA scores the next 2 points. That one taken by Banks. Gargis sets it up for Wooten. A dig for Kane. Now the attack by Evans, blocked by HBU, Gillard and Gargis. Blair Gillard, number 8 in the country among active leaders in career blocks. She set the Southland Conference record for total blocks last season for a single season. Taken by Kane, Hollis sets it for Evans, and a kill down the line for SFA. Tied up at 20. Scoreboard reads 21-19, but it is 20-20. We have it right. Lewis takes the serve. Gargis sets it for Banks, and Bailey with the kill, and another 1-point lead for HBU as Davenport back into the front row, and Gillard back to serve. That brings Peyton Redmond back into the back row for SFA. Gillard serves, taken by Redmond. Hollis, the set for Hannah, tips it, dug by Wooten. Gargis with a back set to Davenport, and that one is dug by SFA. No call, looked like it was held, and Gargis gets the kill anyway. So the Huskies didn't get the call, but ended up with a point and lead at 22-20. Looked like a pretty clear held ball by SFA, but no call. No harm, no foul. So Gillard on the serve. Hollis sets it, and a kill down the line for Coleman. Third kill of the set for Haley Coleman. And Mackenzie Hanna back to serve. Erickson to Gargis. Sets it back row for Wooten. Dug by Rodriguez. The set for Coleman, the tip. Now Davenport with the kill. Huskies with a 2-point lead, 23-21. Here in set number 1. And we've got another timeout for SFA. We'll take a break with HBU leading 23-21.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
And welcome back. We take a look at what we're talking about with the held ball. And look at Hannah held the ball right there. But the Huskies end up with a point anyway as Gargis on the attack gets the kill down the line on Kane. So the Huskies leading at 23-21, and Abby Gargis back to serve. SFA out of timeouts, has already used both of theirs. Trent Herman and the Huskies have both of theirs remaining. Gargis with the serve. The set for Coleman. Banks gets it off the block. And now the tip by Davenport, dug by Rodriguez. Back row set. And Kayla Davenport was there alone, and she couldn't get to it. And SFA back within one. It's 23-22. Served by Hollis, taken by Banks. Gargis sets it up for Davenport. Blocked but kept alive by HBU. Banks on the attack, and the kill for Banks, and we're at set point. And it's Banks back to serve. The Huskies leading by 2. The set by Hollis for Darren. And it is down the line and in. The Lady Jacks remain alive at 24-23. Now to be Coleman to serve. Taken by Erickson. Gargis sets it up for Ritchie. And the kill for the Huskies. And HBU takes the first set, 25-23. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first set stats. HBU now leading it 1-0.
Yeah, hi, I don't have my debit card, and these kids are having a bake sale for their soccer team, so I need some cash. Can I give you my mother's maiden name or my first concert? Or
Oh, well, now you can just use your phone.
my phone?
Yeah, just open the Wells Fargo mobile app and request a one-time access code.
That's way better. All set, thanks. They have snickerdoodles.
I love snickerdoodles.
Thanks!
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
We're back here at Sharp Gym. Russ Renault after a set one victory for HBU. 25-23 as the Huskies able to hold off the Lady Jacks, getting a key ace from Hannah Lewis down the stretch. Key block by Blair Gillard and Abby Gargis. When you take a look at the first set stats, you can see the hitting percentages there, very high for both teams. HBU hitting 350, 344 for SFA, 18 assists for the Huskies and 13 for the Lady Jacks, 19 kills and 14 for SFA. Lady Jacks holding the advantage in blocks 4-2. Each team had an ace, and HBU with a one dig advantage, 15-14. So as we head into the second set, both teams about to make it out there. Kayla Davenport, Ashton Ritchie, Jessica Wooten, Bailey Banks, Abby Gargis, and Blair Gillard for HBU. The libero is Haley Erickson. For SFA, Haley Coleman, Mackenzie Hanna, Shayla Eagleton, Danye Darren, and Ann Hollis, and Corin Evans. So SFA on the right side, HBU on the left. It'll be the Huskies to serve first. I'll do the play-by-play. Okay. Tiffany's gonna come do it. Tiffany's gonna do color. Abby Gargis to serve for HBU. The lefty serves it to Coleman. Hollis with the set. Bounces off the back wall. That is not in, the back wall is not in play. The ceiling is in play. So it's a kill for Darren. A 1 point lead for the Lady Jacks. Wooten takes the serve. Gargis sets it for Banks. The tip. Block kept alive by Erickson. Another set for Banks. Another block, but kept alive. Erickson sets it up back row for Wooten. And Jess hits that one long. And it's 2-0 SFA. So here's the set for Bailey Banks and the kill. Huskies on the board, and it's 2-1. Banks back to serve for HBU. The serve taken by Kane. And Banks with a nice one-arm dig, but it goes over to SFA. A free ball for the Lady Jacks. Evans on the attack. Blocked, but she saves it off her head. Taken by Hollis, and a dig by Banks. Gargis with the set for Ritchie, and there's nobody there. And the Huskies tie it up on the kill. There's a serve by Banks. It's 2-2. Now the set for Evans. And then Erickson was off balance and just couldn't get there. Russ Renaud joined now by Tiffany Thomas, and Tiffany stepping in to do a little color analyzation here of this match.
Yeah,
here
thanks,
in
Russ.
set number 2. Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for sitting in. So it's 3-2 Lady Jacks. There's a set by Gargis for Davenport and the kill for Dav. Haley Erickson back to serve for HBU. Down the line, taken by Kane, the set by Hollis. And that is Darren on the kill.
Just couldn't seem to get that right side block up fast enough. Kind of got to help out the defense back there.
It's been spotty at times. It's been there, but not actually being able to execute the block.
Right.
It's a set by Richie. Or excuse me, the set by Gargis for Richie.
Nice up.
And Gargis with a nice dig, as Tiffany said, and Wooten on the attack. Dug by SFA. Hollis sets it up for Hannah. And it's long. So we're tied again at 4. As Hannah Lewis checks back in for HBU. Had the big ace in the first set.
I'm so glad to see her in there getting some time this year. It's really paid off. Her work has really paid off.
And a block for the Huskies. That's Gargis and Gillard. Did you see anything in that first set that the Huskies had more blocks later in that set? Was there an adjustment that you thought was made?
I think as far as they started to figure out the Lady Jacks offense a little bit better. I mean, they were running quick sets and stuff like that. But I think Trent really emphasized shooting the hands over the net really fast, and I think that helped paid off.
Yeah, a great save by Lewis, and Gillard on the attack, and the Huskies, after taking their first lead, now lead it by 2, 6-4. As you said, Hannah Lewis has really earned her time, and a lot of it comes from the service line. A nice little floating serve that drops short. Huskies save it. Banks sets it for Wooten. Hollis sets it for Hannah. And another block.
Blair, hang time up there.
Yeah, Blair Gillard, Jessica Wooten. And we've got a timeout early here in the first set. The Huskies leading it 7-4 as we go into the break.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
I'll bring it back there. Russ Renaud and Tiffany Thomas back here at Sharp Gym. We'll take a look at this block. Tiffany, you go ahead and see what you saw.
That tip came through, and Blair Gillard, she just held that hang time up there, and she was like, no, this isn't coming over the net.
Huskies with a 7-4 lead with Lewis serving. Off balance attack. Gargis to the back corner.
That is a great spot, and I think it helps that she's left-handed as a setter. That is money right there.
Huskies now leading it at 8-4. Lewis with a hard serve down the line. Kane sets it up. Dug by Erickson. Wooten keeps it alive, and now it's going to be a free ball for SFA. Hollis sets it. Blocked by HBU. Now Hollis gets it over. Gargis sets it for Gillard. Nice dig by Coleman. Huskies couldn't keep it alive quite long enough. Lewis trying to set it up for Gargis, but it went over the net, and the kill for SFA.
You know, something that I've noticed about SFA, they're actually really good at hitting those out-of-system balls that are 15 feet set off the net. They really find a way to find that court, but.
Wooten on the attack. A good dig by Coleman.
Ooh. The ceiling doesn't help there very
yeah,
much.
right. It came down as Peyton Redmond dug it first, and then Coleman tried to save it and went off the ceiling, came back down, and it's 9-5 HBU. Wooten with the serve, taken by Redmond. Another set for Coleman, and on the block in the net. That was on Gargis.
You know, blockers get aggressive and they want to go after that ball, but you got to stay out of that net.
I think that's a third block error on the Huskies. Lewis receives the serve. Banks down the line, and it is tipped. So a point for HBU. Gillard to serve as Davenport comes back into the front row. And down the line to Rodriguez. And that set just too long.
Just a simple communication error. The middles always need to be knowing what they're running with their setter. She must have been an outside. I think she was running a quicker set. But.
Right. So Huskies now with a 5-point lead. Taken by Redmond. Hollis sets it up for Coleman. Tip to the back corner. Wooten gets there. Lewis sets it up. Banks just gets it over. Hollis on the attack. Dig from Gargis. Lewis sets it back row for Wooten. Rodriguez with the dig. Back row set for Redmond and a kill.
And ideally you want two blockers up on that back row attack right there, just so you cover more of that area and it helps out your defense back there. But when it's so quick, sometimes you don't really have an option.
So now it's Hollis to serve. And an ace as Erickson couldn't get to that one. Wooten steps in front of Erickson. And Banks on the attack. Redmond saves it.
That's up.
Now the Huskies going to get a free one here. Gargis on the attack, and it's in for the kill.
There's that left hand again.
Ashton Ritchie back into the front row as Hannah Lewis going out, and Gargis to serve. Dig by Kane. Now,
nice up.
Nice job by Erickson. The attack by Davenport. Now it comes over. Gargis on the attack. Dug by Hollis. Kane saves it. Erickson with a dig. The set for Banks. Roll shot to the middle and the kill. That's what makes Bailey so good. And Washington ranks second in the Southland Conference, able to mix up her shots.
That's exactly what I was about to say. She crushes it. She tips it. She rolls it. She really finds that open hole in the court, on the other side of the court. Ooh.
Gargis into the net. Side out for SFA. It's 13-9. So now it'll be Coleman to serve. Gargis sets it for Banks. The tip is blocked.
Got a little deja vu there.
Right. Danye Darren.
Going back to the missed serve, something that I emphasize to my high school girls is that you're in complete control of that. There you go. There's another example. You just get back there, relax, focus, and take your time. Because ultimately you're the only one that touches that ball in that second.
Now Banks to serve. And Darren tipped it. The Huskies couldn't control it on this end. It goes out of bounds, and it's 14-11.
I think that was Eagleton. Yeah. Shayla. I actually know a little bit about that girl. That girl played club with my sister. Shout out to Miss Christine.
So Banks from the back row attack. Redmond keeps it alive. Now Gargis sets it up for Ritchie. And off the block and out of bounds, and a point for HBU.
That's something that I loved doing when I played, was I would find those hands whenever I would just go up and hit the ball, whether it was a quick set or off the net, kind of like that. Just you're kind of using what they're putting up.
Right.
And there's another serve. You got to get those in.
5 service errors for the Huskies, 2 for SFA. 2 aces apiece, each team. Rodriguez to serve, Banks takes it. Gargis sets it for Ritchie, and the kill.
And she crushes the ball.
A great addition, those 2 former high school teammates from Prosper.
Is that
Ritchie
right?
and Gargis, yeah.
That was awesome. That always makes things fun. I went to high school with Kelly Caldwell over there.
Okay. 16-12 Huskies. Gargis digs that attack. Erickson sets it up for Wooten, dug by Rodriguez. Now Redmond, dug by Banks. Gargis sets it for Jess, and the kill. Huskies lead it by 5. Hannah Lewis with the serve. Hollis sets it for Redmond. Lewis saves it. Gargis on the attack, and another kill for Abby.
That time she used her right hand.
And a 6-point lead for HBU. A timeout for S.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
And welcome back to Sharp Gym. Russ Renault and Tiffany Thomas, the Huskies, with an 18-12 lead over Stephen F. Austin. Here in set number 2, the Huskies won the first set, 25-23, and Tiffany has really been the play of freshman setter Abby Gargis, really pacing the offense. She's got 4 kills on 5 swings. How much has she added to that attack today?
Absolutely, and I think as a freshman, just jumping in without any, NCAA experience, that's incredible. That she can come in, be a leader, and kind of take charge of their offense. It's really showing.
As we were talking about her high school teammate, Ashton Ritchie, 8 kills on 9 swings, no errors.
That's also incredible, especially as a right side. I was a right side, I know that feeling. You just want to get up and pound that ball.
Huskies save that attack by Redmond. Banks on the back row attack, and now the attack by Hollis. Huskies keep it alive. Gargis gets it over. Hollis the set to Hannah, and the kill for the Lady Jacks.
That really was a nice save by Gallard. Whenever you go up to block and it doesn't fall back on the other side of the net, you just kind of want to use your platform, set it back up.
So Redmond to serve. Lady Jacks trailing by 5. Gargis sets it for Gallard, and off the block and out of bounds. Don't know what the call was. It looked like it went off of SFA and out of bounds, but call's going to stand. It's 18-14. Gargis sets it for Wooten. Dig by Kane. Hollis set for Coleman. And that one blocked into the antenna by the Huskies. The Lady Jacks mounting a little bit of a comeback after the timeout.
I think when you really press over and seal that net on the block, that's when it gets pushed back to the other side of the court. So can't fall back.
Wooten on the attack, dug by Kane. Now Coleman into the net, and the Huskies break that little run and lead by 4. SFA is out of timeouts. Trent Herman has both of his left. Jessica Wooten back to serve. Hollis is set to Hannah. Now Erickson sets it for Banks. Tries a roll shot, blocked. Kept alive by HBU. That one also kept alive. Gargis with the tip, and it is just out.
So they're arguing that whenever Gargis pushed it back into the hands and it rolled off she was thinking that it rolled off their block, but it might have been more of a joust, and that's why they went SFA's way.
Gillard adjusts on that attack. Dug by SFA, now over to HBU. Banks on the attack. Rodriguez with the dig. Hollis sets it up. Back row for Hannah. Wooten steps in front. And Banks on the attack. Blocked by SFA, kept alive by Gillard. Now Hollis, the set. Eagleton on the attack. Wooten digs it, but Lewis can't keep it in play.
Some of the SFA girls on the bench were arguing that that might have been a double coming from Gillard's hands right off the block, but I don't know if you know, but you can double the first ball.
Right.
And it'd be okay.
So we take a timeout for HBU with the Huskies leading at 19-17 here in set number 2.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
And we're back in Sharp Gym. Russ Renault and Tiffany Thomas. Huskies holding on to a 19-17 lead. SFA has scored 5 of the last 6 points to trim a 6-point HBU lead down to 2. So it's Mackenzie Hanna to serve. And an ace. Erickson put that one into the net. Gargis trying to play it off the net but couldn't get there. And that one is out of bounds. Get one and give one back.
When you're down, that's when it's most important.
Now the freshman McKenna Davis, 5'6", defensive specialist from Richmond, comes in to serve. Rodriguez takes it. And that is just inside the baseline for a kill for SFA. (20-19) Huskies with Hollis to serve for SFA. Gargis sets it up for Banks. Bailey with the kill. 12 kills by Banks so far today.
I love watching her hit. Ba-boom.
Southland Conference Offensive Player of the Week for last week's matches. That announcement coming on Monday, and here's Gargis to serve. Kane takes it. Hollis gets the set up. And Gargis keeps it alive. Davenport tried to set it, called for the ball handling error.
She might have got a little excited there. The ball was coming right in her direction.
So it's still just a 1-point lead for HBU, and Coleman to serve. Set for Banks, and that one is off the block. over towards us here on the table. It shows you how hard Bailey hits it. Even off the block, it was coming at us pretty quick.
Yep.
22-20. The attack by Davis, dug by Erickson. Now Wooten on the attack and the kill. Back-to-back points for HBU. And a 3-point lead.
There might have been a little fire set under them out of that timeout. The last 5 points of any game, really.
Right. Banks on the serve. Hollis sets it for Redmond. Dug by Gargis. Erickson on the set. Banks will just get it over. Hollis sets it up for Darren. Dig for HBU. Wooten on the attack. And the kill for Jess. And the Huskies are at set point.
That was a great set by Erickson. I really think she threw those blockers off. She might have thought she was going out to the right side. She just threw it over her shoulder and was confident that Jess was going to kill it.
So set point. Huskies already leading 1-0, and that serve goes wide. Keeps SFA alive at 24-21, and Kane goes back to serve. Erickson takes it. Gargis for Wooten. Kane with the dig. Now Redmond on the attack. Wooten keeps it alive. Erickson the set. Banks will tip it back to the corner. Gargis is there for the dig, and now Wooten on the attack. Dug by Redmond. Hollis sets it back row for Coleman. Gargis, another dig. Erickson the set to Ritchie. And Ashton then gets the kill as nobody was there to take the dig from Coleman, and the Huskies win the second set, 25-21.
What a rally. That was awesome to watch.
So we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll go through the stats for the first 2 sets, and then we will have an interview today, and we will wrap it up and come back with the stats here on the Husky Sports Network.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
Sure.
Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
I'm Megan Patillo. On the volleyball team, I'm a middle blocker, and I'm a redshirt freshman, and I'm from Bixby, Oklahoma. I started volleyball in 6th grade in a little town called Catoosa, Oklahoma. My older sister used to play, and I used to go to her practices all the time. And that's how I started. I enjoy the competitiveness and the team unity, and honestly, I play for like the feeling of when you go up for a block and you just stuff block the ball and come down and you're so excited, and it's an awesome feeling. Very busy. Our practice week is 3 hours of practice every day on top of all the classes that you have to take, and then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays you have to do weights on top of practice. I chose HBU because I feel like it's very homey. I liked how it was a smaller campus and you have a personal one-on-one connection with the professors, and it's still D1, so that's awesome. I'm majoring in business management. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that yet, but hopefully maybe manage something. A company, a business, manage a business. My hobbies outside of volleyball are to eat, sleep, and repeat. I like to watch Netflix, and I like to eat, and then I like to sleep. That's about it. My favorite show on Netflix is probably Gossip Girl, or my favorite movie on Netflix is Moana. I can quote everything on Moana, honestly. My proudest athletic achievement is being on the All-State team back in high school and beating the West Side team in 3 games, and destroyed them.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
The Southland Conference.
4,200 student athletes
from across the country
and around the world, representing 13 member institutions
from Arkansas,
Texas, and Louisiana,
excelling in 17 NCAA Division I sports
in the classroom and in our communities.
We are Southland Strong.
Russ Renaud back here at Sharp Gym. Huskies with a 2-0 lead. Huskies taking the first set 25-23, and then the second set 25-21. Take a look at the stats through 2 sets. Hitting percentage favoring HBU, hitting over 300. SFA is respectable at 215, but it's allowing HBU to hit 300. It really making a difference in this match. 36 assists for the Huskies. 27 of those coming from Abby Gargis, 21 for SFA. 37 kills for HBU to 24 for the Lady Jacks. Stephen F. Austin holding the advantage in blocks, 5-4. 3 aces to 2 for HBU. But the Huskies doing the job on the defensive end. 47 digs to only 35 for SFA. And we've seen a lot of matches early on in conference play where the digs have been pretty close through the first 4 matches, but that's a pretty big disparity through 2 sets as we welcome back Tiffany Thomas.
Yes, thank you. That is a big gap, and I think my own philosophy is that defense wins championships, so defense is whoever can get more digs this game is most likely going to be the
right.
the
We saw the defense for SFA really relying on their blocking early on in the first set, and that's why they had a lead. But HBU, once they made the adjustment and quit hitting so solidly into that block, able to turn it around.
Right, finding the different spaces on the court, line, cross, center. It's really making the SFA defense move. And Trent's actually really good at seeing that and has a good eye out for that kind of stuff.
So it's been the senior outside hitter, Bailey Banks, leading the way for HBU, 13 kills, hitting 323 today. Ashton Ritchie has 9, no errors on 10 swings, so she's hitting 900.
Wow, hitting 900 is, like I said earlier, incredible. And like the ideal goal for an outside hitter is you want to hit 300. Middles more 400, 500, but 900. Wow. So Bailey is already there. She keeps this up. She'll. That's what.
Absolutely need more out of Banks, and it's been Abby Gargis really keeping SFA off balance too. The setter has 4 kills. She has 11 digs as well. So SFA to serve, Banks on the attack, and off the block and out of bounds. First point to HBU.
There's another one of those hard hits. The ball flies halfway across the gym. When you hit it off the block, you know you're doing something right.
Got 6 kills also from Jessica Wooten. There's Banks on the serve. The attack by Darren. Dug by Wooten. The attack by Gargis. Saved by Hollis.
That's close.
And a free ball for the Huskies. Gargis sets it up for Wooten, the tip. And the dig by Coleman. Back row attack by Redmond. Dug by Ritchie. Gargis sets it back row for Banks. Dug by Kane. And the kill for Haley Coleman. Seven kills for Coleman to lead the Lady Jacks. Only 1 error, so she's hitting 353. Gargis sets it for Wooten, and the kill down the line. I don't know, Tiffany, you've been around here for the last year and a half or so, and what have you seen how Jessica's come back from that injury?
And I was actually just about to comment on that. I'm glad to see that the entire Huskies team is on their way to being fully healthy. I mean, you have a couple over there that, are down for a few, but as far as Jess and like Bailey staying healthy, Jess especially, I know that hit her hard last year, not being able to play her senior season and play with her class, and just having to literally watch from the bench. That is the most difficult thing to do as a player, and I think that she stayed emotionally strong and has bounced back really well because she's their go-to.
Right.
She was before Bailey transferred in, but I think both of them really complement each other extremely well. It's good to have her back.
Yeah. The service error by the Huskies. They lead at 4-2 now. They had a big block by Wooten and Blair Gillard, then the kill by Blair. Gargis sets it up for Wooten. And off of Kane and out of bounds, and another kill for Jess. That is number 8.
You know, it's funny, we're talking about how hard they hit. We do a lot of shoulder work in the weight room, and it looks like it's paying off.
Right. Serve taken by Redmond. Darren with the kill.
That girl just simply hit over our block. That girl can jump. Number 9.
Danye Darren with her 5th kill. And now, it's the first time we've seen Mackenzie Brewer today. She goes back to serve. Wooten saves it. It's going to end up being a block for SFA, but really not much Blair Gillard could do with that. The Brewer 5'10 junior. She's a setter from Grapevine. Gargis sets it for Gillard. Dug by Brewer. Into the net. Point for HBU.
Small miscommunication error between Gargis and Gillard. You really want to be able to put that ball right about the third red on the antenna so they can get up and crank it down.
Now Wooten to serve with a 2-point lead. Redmond takes it. Now the attack by Hannah. Dug by Erickson. Wooten from the back row, and that's long.
There really might have been a touch on that block, but the line judge called it out. SFA's point.
So Peyton Redmond to serve. Taken by Lewis. Gargis up to Banks. And blocked, but kept alive. Banks on the attack again.
That is so smart of her. If you do not have an open hit, why not throw it in the hands, pass it back up, and set yourself back up for the offense? And that's exactly what she did and was able to execute.
Able to cut that one just beyond their 10-foot line, and the Huskies lead it 7-5. Gillard with a serve down the line. Now Coleman on the attack, and Lewis gets there. Gargis sets it up for Wooten, rolls it over. Saved by SFA. The attack by Williams. Now Banks just inside the baseline for the kill.
I don't know if you noticed, but that roll shot that Jess rolled into the middle of the court took the middle out of the offensive system, and they had to go somewhere else. It's easier for our HBU blockers to know where it's going to be set when it happens.
That's what I have you here for. There's a serve by Wooten. The attack by Coleman, dug by Lewis. Gargis sets it up for Banks, dug by Kane. Now the set for Hannah, and down for the kill. A lot of changes for SFA here in this set, as we've seen Zariah Williams for the first time, 5'10 junior outside from Arlington. And now you have Brewer doing the setting. Hannah with the serve. Gargis sets for Banks, and out of bounds.
She might have been reaching for those hands.
So Hollis and Brewer had split a lot of the setting duties early on this season. They went exclusively with Hollis in the first 2 sets, but now giving Brewer a shot here in the third. Wooten dug by Hannah. Now Brewer sets it up for Redmond, and Lewis can't come up with the dig, and we're tied at 8.
So changing from a 5-1 to a 6-2 with 2 setters, just like you just said, it changes up what the opposite team's thinking over there as far as how many hitters you have and what's going to be run.
Another set for Banks and another kill.
Great hit.
We have 17 kills now for Banks. Had 16 the other night. The set for Williams, dug by Erickson. Gargis for Banks. Kane gets there, and now a free ball for HBU. Gargis is set for Davenport, and the kill. So now Gargis to serve. Taken by Redmond. Brewer saves it. Davenport couldn't get the timing down on what should have been an easy play.
She wanted it, but usually when the other team's putting a platform to pass the ball over the net, it's going to be an easier ball. Probably be better to stay down on the block, not get tooled like that.
So Hollis is back in. She's serving. Gargis sets it for Banks. Kane with the dig. Hollis sets for Coleman. Nice up by Jess. And Ritchie down the line in the kill. Tenth kill for Ritchie on 11 swings. Banks with a serve. Lady Jacks can't keep it alive, and it goes down as an ace. (12-9), Huskies leading. Banks on the serve. Now Coleman on the attack and the kill for the Lady Jacks.
Coleman did a really good job of coming around from the outside hit, just having a surprise kill there in the middle.
And Banks can't control that one and just sends it back over and sets it up for SFA, an easy kill.
I like to call that a happy birthday. Surprise!
You're right. Gargis sets it for Wooten, dug by Kane. Hollis sets for Coleman. And the kill is Davenport. Can't control it, and we're tied again at 12. Gargis is set for Davenport. And that one hit into the net by Darren.
It's a nice aggressive play. She wanted to push that over the net, but.
So Huskies back up by 1. Set by Hollis for Darren. The dig by Erickson. Nice set by Banks for Wooten. SFA on the attack now. Eagleton blocked but kept alive by SFA. And Peyton Redmond with a kill.
SFA runs such a quick offense. I think that has contributed to a lot of their success in the past years, especially whenever I was playing against them. It's not easy to block.
Kane on the serve with the score tied at 13. Wooten. Her attack is dug by Kane. And SFA regains the lead on the kill by Darren. So the last kill by Redmond. She came in and Corin Evans came out of the match. She had 5 kills and 4 errors, and that is a block by the Lady Jacks as they take a 2-point lead. And that's going to be a timeout for the Huskies. Trent Herman calls it with the Huskies trailing 15-13 here in the third set.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
Russ Renault and Tiffany Thomas back here at Sharp Gym. Huskies with a 2-0 lead, but trail here in the third set, 15-13, as the Lady Jacks make a little rally here in the third set to take the lead. be Lexus Kane back to serve. Gargis sets it for Wooten. Kane with the dig. Redmond off the block for the kill.
Seems as though the Huskies have lost a little fire. They need their energy back. That's really what drives them.
Redmond with her 5th kill of the match. And that one is long. That's a gift for HBU.
Little matrix action back there.
Haley Erickson is ducking her head out of the way, able to avoid it. Hannah Lewis coming back in. The set for Redmond, dug by Wooten, and Gargis on the attack out of bounds. She had a tight spot over there and maybe had more room over here on her far side, closer by us.
Maybe she just saw that a blocker wasn't there, wanted to shoot it down the line, but she made up her mind, and that's where she wanted to go. Maybe something else was a little bit better option, but it's all right.
There's the attack by Wooten, kept alive by the Huskies, and Gillard's attack goes out of bounds.
The Huskies just simply need to find the court. They're tearing themselves apart with the hitting errors.
Now a 4-point lead for SFA. Brewer to serve. And that one's long.
Let's run with this. You got to take advantage of that. Push points whenever other teams make mistakes.
Wooten to serve. Brewer sets it for Hannah. That is out. The Huskies get back-to-back points and cut the lead to 2.
Nice shot, Matt.
Brewer sets it up for Williams and the kill. So Williams seeing her first action here in the 3rd set. And that's her first kill of the match. Redmond with the serve, taken by Lewis. Gargis sets it for Banks. The roll shot, dug by Brewer. Kane sets it up for Coleman. And blocked by the Huskies, kept alive by SFA. Gargis, the set to Banks. Kane with the dig. Brewer sets it up for Coleman. Erickson played off the ceiling by Banks. Gillard keeps it alive. Now SFA on the attack. Williams is wide. The Huskies remain within 2.
All these pressure plays, every single person needs to stay composed in what they're doing.
So Gillard to serve. Kayla Davenport back in on the front row. Kane takes it. Brewer the set for Coleman. And Hannah Lewis with a nice dig. Banks on the attack and the kill.
Once you find the top of those hands, hitting high and deep. I'm sure that's what they practice day in and day out, because I know I did.
So HBU back within 1. Gillard to serve. Down the line to Coleman. The set back to Coleman. Tips that one over. It's blocked and kept alive. Now Wooten to Gargis. And the set for Banks. Blocked. The Huskies keep it alive. Gargis on the attack. Off the block for the kill. And we're tied at 19. It's a timeout for Stephen F. Austin. We'll take the break. Tied up 19-19 here in set number 3.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
Back here at Sharp Gym, Russ Renault and Tiffany Thomas here in set number 3, where the Huskies have rallied back and tied this set 19-19, coming back out of the SFA timeout.
You got a game to 6 here. This should be exciting.
Blair Gillard to serve. Taken by Redmond, and it's over. Banks there for the kill.
And another happy birthday.
That one got up into Redmond and couldn't control it. Banks could. That's her 19th kill here in just a 3-set match.
Wow, averaging over 6 kills per set is wow.
Williams on the attack, dug by Wooten. Gargis the set for Davenport, and a kill for Dav. And the Huskies lead by 2.
I think that was a good timeout over there for Coach Herman.
Nice. Huskies trailed by 4 in this set, now lead it by 2. Gillard taken by Kane. Brewer sets it up for Hannah, dug by Wooten. Gargis is set for Dav. And a dig by Redmond. Coleman on the attack.
Really got to seal that net, push the ball back into the other side of the court. Is what Gargis needed to do.
So Coleman with her 11th kill of the match to lead the Lady Jacks. Now Gargis sets it up for Banks, and the kill from Bailey.
Yes, Bailey. That is her sweet spot. She loves that sharp cross.
20 kills for Bailey Banks, and we're in set number 3. 22-20 Huskies, and Abby Gargis to serve. To Redmond. The set for Coleman. And a kill for the Lady Jacks. Going to have Danye Darren. And it's going to be Ann Hollis coming back in. As Tiffany was saying earlier, the SFA going back to the 6-2. Banks takes it. Gargis keeps it alive, and Bailey on the attack. Hollis up to Redmond, and a kill from the back row for SFA to tie it up.
I think Coach Humphreys is doing that to keep 3 hitters on the front row right there at all times.
So we're going to have a timeout by Trent Herman. We are tied 22-22 here in set number 3.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
Back here at Sharp Gym, Huskies with a 2-0 lead in set-wise, but tied up 22-22 here in set number 3.
I said we had a game to 6 earlier, now we got a game to 3.
Luton keeps it alive. Banks on the attack, dug by Hollis, and now Coleman gets the kill to regain the lead for the Lady Jacks.
It seems as though whoever's playing middle back for the Huskies shifted over a little bit. Erickson had to cover a little bit more ground.
Hollis on the serve. Wooten on the dig, and now Wooten on the attack. Now a good save by Darren, and now a free ball for HBU. Gargis sets it up for Banks, and Bailey with the kill to tie it back up.
Her power is just incredible.
21 kills so far today, and now to serve. Kane gets there. Now the set for Darren. Dig by Erickson. The set for Wooten. And Jess gets the kill, finding the open spot in the back row.
Match point right here.
Match point, 24-23 Huskies. They lead it 2-0, and Banks back to serve.
Going for the sweep.
Taken by Kane, and now Hollis sets it up for Darren. The tip, dug by Gargis. Wooten sets it up for Ritchie. Dug by Redmond, and a double called to end the match.
Wow. You did not want to end that way, but congratulations to the Huskies. That was a good match.
It was a great win for HBU. They sweep SFA, who came in here with a 14-4 record, and were 2-0 in conference. Now the Huskies take this one in a sweep. Russ Renault and Tiffany Thomas, thanks for joining us today, Tiffany, sitting in and giving your perspective on the match.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Russ.
All right.
I appreciate it.
When we come back, we will talk to head coach Trent Herman, the Huskies, with a sweep here on this Saturday over SFA.
When you live in one of the fastest growing cities in America, it's important to align yourself with a credit union that has a history of people helping people. Houston Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution with over 50 years dedicated to helping families that live or work in the Houston area. We take pride in our competitive rates in several convenient locations. We give the Houston community peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle, buying your home, and preparing for your retirement. We're Houston's credit union.
Hi, I'm Alan Helfman, and I'm president of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. And I'm here at Tony's in the kitchen with Chef Kate and Tony Valone.
Waitress Provost had Tony serving my friend Nick.
Thank you. Love my pasta. Love my Jeep. From Alan Helfman at River Oaks Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Ci vediamo. Come see us at River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, Kirby, the Southwest Freeway.
It's our Drive and Discovery event.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe. So you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
And we're back here at Sharp Gym. Russ Renault joined now by head coach Trent Herman after the Huskies recording a sweep over Stephen F. Austin. The Huskies going to 4-1 in Southland Conference play. And Trent, really Bailey Banks, who are really doing it on the offensive end. She's been doing it all season long, but not quite like this tonight.
Yeah, I mean, man, first of all, it's great to be home. We've been on the road so much, and this week has been really nice. But, you know, Bailey just totally steps up in times like this, and it's great having the senior leadership from her and Jess, where they can play off of each other. So if one of them is struggling a little bit, the other one can pick them up. And Bailey has just been lights out this week. She came to play, and it's great to have her.
Yeah, and as we were talking about during the break, you guys hit 296 against a really good team.
Yeah.
What did you do offensively that kept them off balance?
It started in games 1 and 2 with our passing. We passed well, and that gets us off to a good start. it helps the offense and it stresses the other team, and then that puts our hitters in a good rhythm. So when our passing breaks down, they're still feeling comfortable taking those big swings.
Right, and it looked like they just couldn't make the adjustments. Debbie tried to go with a lot of combinations. There's some players and she just never looked like they felt comfortable with what they were doing today.
Well, and good news, bad news. I can't speak for them, but they haven't played in a week.
Mm-hmm.
They've had off since last Saturday, and for us during the season, if you don't play on a regular basis, you can be kind of rusty.
Mm-hmm.
But for our team, we played really well and we stressed them. That was really good for us tonight or this afternoon. And that was what we were trying to do, is really stress them as much as we could. They're a very good defensive team, probably one of the best in the conference. And for us to put that kind of pressure on them meant a lot.
Yeah, and it goes down as a sweep, but those sets were really close, and you had to have a lot of big points down the stretch. And how did you get them to get to those points where they can make the play?
Yeah, we constantly work on that in our gym. I keep reminding them, we play a lot of games where it's 22-22, 20-20, and they just have to find ways to win. We'll even stop play if we make an unforced error on our side. We automatically lose.
Yeah.
So we put the pressure on them, and this is just a culmination of how the season's been going. And tonight it all came together for us.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Trent.
Hey, thank you.
Congratulations on the win.
You.
That was head coach Trent Herman here after the Huskies sweep Stephen F. Austin 3-0 here in Southland Conference play. The Huskies now 12-5 overall and 4-1 in Southland Conference play. SFA now 14-5 and 2-1 in the league. This has been Russ Renaud. Thanking Tiffany Thomas for joining us on the color analysis during the match. I want to thank producer Scott Tarrant and Shelby Stafford for joining us today, and everybody else who helped bring you this match today. Once again, final score, HBU 3, SFA 0 here from Sharp Jib.